This is Alan Troyer with CatForms, and in this video we are continuing the scoring process. We just finished scoring levels 3, 4, and 5 using Remark Office. And if we look at the test shipping checklist, we have 3 second graders in level 2 form B, and so we are going to be working with them. Here we are back in the server, and we want to double click on score 2B. The previous level 2B export table will be cleared, which is not a problem for us here. We'll hit Y. Now for level 2, we only have one template open. And to find our file, let's go to level 2 booklets. These have been scored earlier, and these are typically just scored in black and white. This is a much longer template because we have multiple pages here, not just a single-sided sheet, and it takes a little longer to read. Okay, we had 3 second graders, and notice grade 2, that looks correct. Form sheet ID is Cat2B, that looks good. Let's go ahead and enter our school name here. Rocky Ridge, Maple Falls, Washington. Hit Control C, and here we can just do down arrow, hit Control V twice. That takes care of it. Person name ID, let's expand this. We have Ronald Miller here. Jeff's not showing up, and that's probably because we didn't have him in that list that we had back in the dashboard. So Carla, we have her. Let's just go ahead and enter Jeff manually here. Make sure that we have the spelling correct. Birth date of 10/1/11. And by the way, when we're entering new students, these are automatically capitalized because they're part of the system. But if there's one that's not recognized, like a last name, let's say McDonald. I don't know if that's in there or not. No, it doesn't look like it. It's purple. Now, in this case, we could leave it as it is, but we would like to capitalize the D. And so what we'll do here is we will enter it like that, and it will leave the uppercase M and the uppercase D since we entered them as they were. It will capitalize words it doesn't recognize, names it doesn't recognize with just the first letter. So if you have a special case like this, then you want to do the capitalizing yourself, and it will leave it as is there when it sees that second capital letter. Now this is actually marked, so let's go ahead and change that back to what it should be. Okay, we need to have a test date here. And looks like that got missed. We'll just assume that it's 4/21/20 like the others were. Control C. And the curriculum. That's all CLE. So we'll hit Control C, highlight the entire block of cells, and hit Paste Special. Now for level 2 booklets, it's best to go through a section or page at a time. Sometimes there's more extensive errors here because these booklets are not really designed for scanning like this. There's an X, but we noticed that all 4 bubbles were filled in, so we'll leave that go. Here we have blanks, and that looks like that was probably correct. We'll go through there, that looks good. Concepts 5, there we have 2 of them marked. Now, what we can do, supposing we want to review this section, say we had multiple green ones, we can just highlight this page and hit excuse me, hit review, hit enter. It'll find that one. We ignore it, hit enter again, and it'll finish and that's because we highlighted that one particular block of cells. It didn't look at any of the others. Keep on going here. We have a few empties. Here we have longer sections of empty ones, and those are actually empty. The punctuation section, we have two parts here. We have marking things here, and then marking the number here. And here we have the letters on the left side, and some of these look odd. Looks like he filled in quite a bit there. And then we go to the numbers over on the right side, and then those are combined in the scoring process. And a lot of these are empties. Sometimes one is actually marked with a letter when it's in fact empty because it sees the markings inside, but it rarely gives credit where credit should not be given. So we'll simply skate on by. Here we have problems. In this particular problem in the Form B booklet, we are missing bubbles here. And so we could just highlight a little bit here, hit review, hit enter. That's the first one there, and that one should be empty, so we'll give it a Z. That one is also empty, and that one should be an A. And again, we only checked a small section at a time when we did that. Okay, lots of empties, but other than that, it looks good. And here we have everything filled out the way it should be, so we can go ahead and close that. Let's switch back to our dashboard and hit process scored tests. And let's refresh here again. Okay, now we have 3 second graders here. And so that looks good. All we need to do yet is the first graders with the raw scores, and we will do that in our next video.